How goes it, everybody? Movie Maniacs here to review Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, Luc Besson's newest sci-fi wet dream. He's made The Fifth Element, Lucy, and Leon the Professional. The guy is kind of up and down with good and bad movies. And this is a movie that looked really cool from the trailers. It could have gone either way. Like, we both thought this. It looks either really good or really terrible. And truth be told, it's kind of in the middle.
Yeah. A lot of people were afraid seeing these trailers, and I wasn't afraid that much, but people thought it looked like Jupiter Ascending, which I could see that.
Yeah.
Could have been that bad too. I haven't seen Jupiter Ascending. Have you?
I have. Yeah. It's got interesting concepts behind it, but it's a pretty stale movie.
Yep. In the end, I wanted it to be more.
That's me talking about Jupiter Ascending, but.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought we were just going right into the Thousand Planets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did want to see this. I was willing, and even after reviews and all this stuff, I was still really willing to see it because it just looked cool. I have read the first comic book, the first one, and I thought it was pretty good. So I was very excited for it, and honestly, it was a letdown for me.
Okay. Yeah. I can say it's somewhat the same for me.
I'm not saying I had the biggest expectations because it stars Dane DeHaan, Cara Delevingne.
Yeah.
But
neither of those are really. They don't really have high expectations for me.
Not at all. But I guess I got what I expected. Great visuals, great concepts.
Oh, for sure. This movie for sure. I thought had some really cool and original ideas behind it, and some really good visuals. Some of the best in a couple years.
Oh yeah.
Better than any Marvel movie that I can think of, just because of how colorful and stunning it is, and how much work and 3D effects work that they really put their all into this. Luc Besson is a really talented guy, and this was obviously his passion project. I think he's been wanting to make it for pretty much his whole career. That being said, I just don't think his script was that top notch. Wouldn't you say, Andrew, with the whole subplot with the general or the commander, whatever? It's just
the script was the worst part. Didn't he write the script?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, that was the worst part of this movie. I want to blame it on the acting because I hated the acting, but I think the script is where we see the faults in this movie. Where it's just, if they could have had a good script and some better actors, this movie could have been flawless, like amazing.
Yeah, and the acting actually didn't bother me at all, really. Just Dane DeHaan, because other than Chronicle, which he's really good in, I don't like him at all, really. And he's way miscast in this movie because his character is supposed to be this total ladies' man, badass.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like a really short guy. He's not very buff at all, and he's got this really awkward kind of quivering voice that does not come off to me as charming or anything like that at all.
I always find his voice funny, but then how he portrays himself in this movie is even funnier.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I don't see it. It's super miscasted. I don't know why they picked him.
Yeah, and a lot of people have been really going after Rihanna's parts in this movie, and I know you didn't like her either, but I thought her stuff was really cool. Her striptease was very cool scene.
It was a good scene, but why was it even in the movie? It was so out of place.
Well, no spoilers, but Valerian went to go see her because he needed her to help him go save Laureline.
I know, but did we really need that sequence? I understand Luc Besson doing those kind of sequences in his movies.
He's a very wacky guy.
Yeah, that's true.
You just have to come to expect there's going to be weird stuff in his movies, and it's not perfectly straight to the point, and I kind of like that. Fifth Element, Andrew, you would agree, is similar in that regard. You got Chris Tucker's character being weird all over the place, and
yeah, I do like Chris Tucker's character more than you do, but he's just super random.
Yeah.
I do wish, in some sense, that Luc Besson, this sounds weird, but Luc Besson wasn't as old as he was, and he grew up in this era, so he can make The Fifth Element with these special effects. Because I think that movie, I think the movie has such a better script, such better actors that
Yeah,
if we
for
could
sure.
incorporate those effects with that script, it would have been even make Fifth Element even better.
Oh yeah.
I just think the script is just so bad that it's hard to get through.
Yeah, but in the end, I just thought this was a really cool movie. I thought that it had a lot of cool concepts, a lot of cool images. The best thing is when he's running across the multiple dimensions and he's got the portal gun thing.
That's the coolest part of that movie.
It's so cool.
There's so many parts like that. That's what I'm saying. There's so many cool parts of this movie. It's just I have to keep coming back to the script and the acting.
Yeah.
And that just weighs down the movie because I don't care about either of those characters, and I want to see where they go because I didn't care about them at all. The general stuff was like half the movie, and it was so boring.
Yeah, it was very dry.
It's
very
just,
dry.
It just frustrates me because I thought this movie could have been I was hoping this movie would be like below expectations, make actually money, which is bombing like crazy. Yeah,
that's really bad.
It's reportedly going to lose the company over $300 million.
But it's the most expensive independent movie of all time, so it's not really like, he's not really going to have too many, I don't think, consequences from like the studio from it, because it's his movie, 100%.
But I will say, I think this movie will end Cara Delevingne's career as an actress, some slowly, and I don't think Dane DeHaan's going to get some work for a while.
I hope not, I don't like him anyways, but I will say that the first scene in this movie actually I thought it was kind of emotional in some sense. The first scene with the establishing first contact between all the species and I thought that was a really cool scene. I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, I did like all the races and stuff they did was pretty cool.
Yeah.
All of the creatures, like the designs of this stuff is amazing. Whoever did the special effects or the production design or any of this, I mean, they should win an Oscar. But
they should win an Oscar, but Dane DeHaan should win a Razzie.
Exactly. I think
Yeah.
I'm scared because I think this movie is going to take a lot of Razzies home just because of the script. Where the acting, I don't think they're great actors, but it was the script that weighed them down. So we'll see what the Razzies think about that.
Overall, I think this movie will eventually become very popular in some cult circles.
Yeah.
For sure. But it's never going to be remembered as any kind of classic, I don't think, not in the traditional sense. It got great visuals, that's what I'm going to remember it for most. It's got really good concepts behind it and whatever, and 3D and whatever, but it's just, the script and acting is not the best at all. But overall I enjoyed it and I thought it was really cool, so I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 stars for Valerian.
Nice. I do recommend you see it. That's not something I normally do if I don't like a movie, but if you're going to ever see this movie, see it on the big screen. Because don't wait for it to come to Blu-ray, because yeah, it might look good on Blu-ray, but you need to see it in the 3D or the largest screen you can find.
And definitely I can also recommend it because of how different it is. It's a very unique film, and it's not just your latest Marvel film.
So I'll say I'm glad they took the chance with this movie. I'm glad it got made. But I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. Just came out of it could have been so much better, and it's style over substance. That's how I think of it right now.
That's true.
I think the ideas are there, but it's still style over substance for me. Where I believe Luc Besson is super talented. I just don't think he showed it completely in this movie, especially in his writing. I don't think he should write his movies. I think he should just stick to directing and kind of behind the scenes coming up with the ideas.
But I do think he's an underrated talent, and people don't really give him much recognition. So
that's true. I hate to say it though, but I don't think Luc Besson will also make a movie for a while, especially how much money the movie's losing.
Yeah.
Or he could come back and do something more like The Professional, because
well, you could do another Taken movie because he wrote all those movies.
yeah. So I don't know. We'll see where this goes in the upcoming weeks. What news reports come out about this film, but go check it out.
Yeah.
We'll say that. See
what you think.
Yeah. It is kind of funny how we see Dunkirk. We don't see Dunkirk, we see Valerian. But
we're seeing Dunkirk on my birthday, so
yes.
That's why we're waiting.
One day away.
Yeah.
So that review will come up very soon. We got the film battles, championship round, nothing. Announcement,
yep. Winner announcement.
I'm just so used to saying round something. Announcement on Friday.
With a special guest.
Oh yes, it's going to be very exciting. So, anything else you gotta say?
No. Thanks for checking out the video. Please drop a like and a comment and sub if you haven't already. Other than that, see you next time.